Hey everybody, I'm Luke here at Tom Kelley Volvo Cars, and today we're going to be taking a quick tour of the differences between a Plus XC60 and an Ultimate XC60. Both of these are 2023 model years. As you can tell, they are both the dark exterior. So I'm going to take you through a quick tour of the differences on the exterior, and then we'll move inside. That way I can show you those differences. This should be helpful for my prospective customers to get a visualization of the differences and not just reading about it. That said, let's get right into it. Starting off on the exterior, being that both of these vehicles are dark exteriors, there is not too much difference on them. So there's three big things to look out for that will tell you if you're looking at a Plus or an Ultimate. Up here at the front, there's absolutely no different other than our paint color, of course. Otherwise, the bumper design and the grille design are identical. One way you can tell, there's a big hole right there in the dash. That is for our heads-up display, is only available in the Ultimate, so the Plus will not have that on the dash, so you can tell from the front that way. Second way to tell is going to be our wheels. So obviously you can tell they are different. So both of these vehicles have upgraded wheels. We'll start with the Ultimate. The Ultimate has the upgraded 21-inch wheels on it. So those are 21-inch 5-spoke diamond cut wheels. It's a really good look on this car. As standard, it would have the 20-inch design just like this. So you can tell that we've upgraded them to these 21s, and then we'll move over here to the Plus. The Plus will get 19-inch wheels as standard, but we opted for these 20-inch upgrades on this particular vehicle. So you can always tell by the wheel which one you're looking at. Moving around here at the back is our last way to tell the difference. So here at the back, our bumper is going to be the same. We'll have the same stainless steel strip there to protect the bumper for cargo going in and out. Otherwise, like I said, other than paint color, the body structure is exactly the same. You may have noticed what I'm going to drive at. The Ultimates are available with a B6. You do not have to get the B6 engine, but it is the only way you can. You have to go to the Ultimate trim level. B6 car is going to make 295 horsepower and 310 pound-feet of torque. Coming over here, the Plus is only available in a B5 engine. That makes 248 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque. So you're getting an increase of about 50 horsepower and 50 pound-feet when you go over to the B6. That's literally the only differences on the exterior. Just keep an eye out for your HUD, the wheels, and the badge on the back, and that'll be the way you can tell them apart from the exterior. Biggest differences are definitely on the interior, so let's hop right into that. Our seats are going to be the biggest difference for sure. So we'll start off over here on the Plus. You can see we have charcoal leather. This is true leather. It's a very coarse grain pattern you can see right there. The only adjustments we get on this vehicle are forward, backrest leaning. We can go up and down, and we get power lumbar as well. We'll move over here to the Ultimate, which is also in charcoal. The seats in the Ultimate are going to be a Napa leather. That is going to be a much smoother, much more supple finish. You can definitely feel that when you touch it. It's super evident. And then this piece I'm touching right here is a power operated cushion extension. We're also going to have a 4-way power lumbar instead of a 2-way, and we can inflate and deflate our side bolsters so the seat can squeeze us. Otherwise, we get the same exact adjustments as the Plus. You may have noticed these little perforations all over the seat. That is for our ventilation. You have to get an Ultimate to get ventilation. There is absolutely no way you can get it in a Plus. Both of these are going to have heated seats and heated steering wheels, but if ventilation is important to you, you got to go to the Ultimate. We'll stay up here by the driver's seat. Another thing to point out, the Harman Kardon stereo, you'll notice, is in both of these cars. So in the Plus, to get the Harman Kardon stereo is an $800 single option. Just you upgrade to that in the Plus. Over here in the Ultimate, you're going to get Harman Kardon as standard, and then you can upgrade for $3,200 to our Bowers & Wilkins system, which is the best thing on wheels. Got more to talk about up here still. There's a couple things. So you'll notice that the stitching on the Plus is black. It blends in right here with our leather on the armrest. We'll move over to the Ultimate. That is a contrast stitch in this. It is white. It's a much better look in my opinion. You also have that going across the dash here as well as across the center console. Really, you'll find stitching all over the inside of an Ultimate that is not present in a Plus. One more thing in the driver's area here in the center console of the Plus, we have just our regular shifter. It's a pass-through style, exactly what we would expect. Electronic shifter, very normal. We'll come over here to the Ultimate. The Ultimates are going to get our Auraforce crystal gear shifter. These are simply gorgeous. They're lit from the bottom, which looks really cool at night. I like talking to people about these. They're handmade in northern Sweden. Auraforce has been at it for 100 years plus. They know exactly what they're doing, and this really sets off the interior. Let's move into the second row of seats and discuss some differences here. So same exact charcoal leather material in the second row of seats here in the Plus. It is a bench as we would expect. Of course, it folds super simply. Just hit your latch right there. Super simple, what we would expect. Both of these cars have the climate package that gets us heated rear seats. You can see my little buttons for it right there to turn those on and off. Coming into the Ultimate right here, as I mentioned, this is charcoal Napa leather, so there is a difference. You can definitely feel a difference. The setup of our bench is identical. You just grab this again to fold down the seats should you need to. And then we're coming in here to the center console. One of the biggest differences is we get dual zone climate control in the rear of the Ultimate. That means the two passengers back here can select their own individual temperatures, and they also, of course, have their heated seats. Over here in the Plus, both passengers are sharing the same temperature. This may or may not be important to you. A couple things to point out back here. This little blank switch, this is for air suspension. You cannot get air suspension on the Plus models. You have to go to the Ultimate to get that. So if you are interested in the ability to raise or lower your car, or if you have a difficult time getting in and out, you're probably gonna need to go to the Ultimate with some air suspension, so keep that in mind. Over here on the left side of the Plus, you can see absolutely nothing right there. Come over here to the Ultimate. There will be a standard 12-volt outlet right here just for charging things or whatever you may need here in the cargo compartment. And then of course we still have that blank button for the switch for air suspension because this particular vehicle does not have it, but it could. Those of you who've watched my video about Core versus Plus, you can tell that the difference between a Plus and an Ultimate is not nearly as big. You can expect most of the time at a Volvo dealership to see Pluses on the lot. These are well-equipped luxury cars with everything our customers will need. The Ultimates are really for discerning customers who have to have the best of the best. So that's really why we have these two different ones. As you've seen in the video, the main thing is going to be the luxury appointments on the interior. Exterior is very much the same. I hope you found this helpful. If you're shopping model year 23 Volvo XC60s, you can watch this video and then the other video I'll link to for Core versus Plus. Once you've watched this about 10 minutes of video, you should be an expert in the different trim levels and what's offered with each one. Again, I hope you found this helpful. Thank you for watching.